How you doing? My name's Coach Lou. I'm the head coach at Ferguson High School in Miami, Florida. This is my Chalk Talk on Scout Video. Okay, so on a normal game, we would come and meet up and we would have about 16, 17 clips where we show the opponent and show things that we're going to do. This scout tape would be something we would show going into our third matchup because we would have played this team twice. We played them on December 3rd and December 19th last year. We played them in the district semifinals, and this is something that we did in order to show them, hey guys, these are the things that we did well, these are the things we didn't, and here's the way we can make it work when we play them in the final. So we're going to start off with their main set, which is they call 41. So we label it 41, so the kids know, hey, you hear 41, this is what they're going to run. They come out in a box set and they go double pin down. So they have their two bigs up here, set screens for their guards coming out. So the way we defend, or the way we're told to defend, is this guy's got to give a step. The guy guarding the ball has to give some space because we're leaving him on an island. We have no help. So he has got to be able to give a step so he doesn't get beat off the dribble immediately. The two guys guarding screeners, which right here are our two bigs, are going to play inside of the screen and take away curls so that the guard doesn't come off the screen and get right into the paint. So our bigs are going to play more inside, and we just call that hedging the curl. So we hedge it so that they can't curl. And then the two guys guarding the guards have to what we call lock and trail. So you're going to attach yourself to the screener, get right on his spine, right between his numbers, and chase him through the screen. That way it eliminates any flares. We eliminated curls with the bigs and any flares. So by making that happen, we're making this guard have one choice. You can only catch it right here. So when we limit the offense to one or maybe even two options, it makes it a whole lot easier for us. So I'll run it here real quick, and you'll see they set their pin downs. Now, 24 did not set the pin down where he normally sets it. He would actually come down to the block. So this lock and trail gets kind of messy because if you lock and trail this out wide, we're going to get slipped. So this one gets a little messy. But on this side, it's more traditional where he sets it deeper. And Jordan does a pretty good job of trying to lock and trail over. He gets tripped up a little bit, right? But does a good job. Locks and trails over, recovers, gets into a position where penetration can't happen. He's there to help on penetration. Both of our bigs took away curls. This is pretty solid. The only thing that we did wrong is we didn't really do a nice job of locking and trailing. But like I said, situationally, it didn't really fit. We forced them into a tough jumper. This is not a team who's going to run it 3 or 4 times through. They're going to run it once, maybe twice. They're going to take a bad jumper. We can test it. Great block out, finding the weak side defender. Okay. And we secure the rebound. Great possession for us. Great possession for us. And then now we go into something in the second half where now we get lazy. So the guy who on the play before you noticed, Jordan on the weak side, he was really good about locking and trailing that time, did not lock and trail this time. See, their pin down happens a little bit more traditionally. And he does not lock and trail, so he goes under. So what happens when he goes under is now we lose the opportunity to control what he does. They do a really nice job recognizing, and he gets a wide open look. Now, it doesn't hurt us on this possession. We get lucky. So in a normal scout situation, I'll explain to them, anytime we give an open look because of a mistake on our end, we count that as a make. That's a made shot. Because just because he didn't make it doesn't mean you did a good job. So we're very big on details. Now we go and play them in the second game, and he's going to do the same thing. Same guy's going to do the same mistake. So you can imagine in film the next day, he did not have a great day with us because we tell him lock and trail. He doesn't lock and trail. Kid feels that he stays under, goes to the corner. It's the same kid that he was guarding at home the last game, and he gives up a 3 in the corner. Same shot, same everything. Nothing changed, same play. So what's the difference? He made the shot and gave them the lead on the road, momentum builder for them. We can't afford to have those. Any miscue, you get torched. Then we would cap off one of these little segments with when we do it perfect. How did we defend it when we did it perfect? So here we go. They start their pin down series again. We lock and trail on both sides. Our bigs take away the curls, the great hedge right here from Jahir. They throw it opposite. So finally now we've seen them throw it to the wing. What do? They're actually setting screenaways. So the guys who are nearest the ball are going to set screens for the opposite player coming toward the ball. So the way we defend it is we tell the guards up top to switch. All 3 of our guards can defend, so it doesn't matter. We switch. On the bottom, we tell this guy to meet the screener. And the reason we do that is when this guy comes off the screen, the deeper that this screener makes the screen, the deeper he will catch it. So if we have him meet the screener somewhere where he does right here, This guy comes off the screen. 22 is going to come off the screen. He's not going to be able to catch it on the lane line. He's going to catch it a little bit more out to the short corner, 15-foot area. Again, controlling where you make a play. We're not letting you get it where you want to. And then we talked about this specific team, that whenever we make them not have a good look inside, this guard is reading. The moment he turns his head, they auto throw it. They're like robots. So we told him, blitz it. The moment you see him turn his head to come back to you, blitz it. He does, makes a play on it, and ends up, would have been a fast break, but gets a foul call. Again, this is what we talk about, details, understanding the scouting report, understanding if we can be in the right place at the right time, we can eliminate all of your first options. And most high school teams don't have good second, third, and fourth reads on their offense. So that just gives us the advantage. How you doing? My name's Coach Lou. I'm the head coach at Ferguson High School in Miami, Florida. This is my Chalk Talk on Scout Video. Now we're going to go to an offensive series. So normally I don't want to do too much of one thing. I don't want to do all defense or all offense in a row. I would like to mix it up. We did some defense. Now we're going to talk about some offense. It also keeps them fresh and thinking. If you do too much defense at one end and then too much offense at the other, players in high school especially tend to shut down. Their focus wanes. So right here, they hit us with 2-3 zone in the third quarter. Hadn't done that in the last 2 years at all. So we were not ready for a 2-3 zone. And you could tell our guys are looking around like, where are we supposed to be? What's going on? Just totally not understanding where to be. Finally starts getting into our 1-4 high zone offense. And we just take a shot. I think we end up hitting it, but it was just bad offense. Our biggest thing on zone offense is we got to make sure we get a paint touch or a high post touch every time we go up against a zone. Reason being, we want that zone to collapse, to then have to expand to defend the 3-point line. And that's when all the weaknesses arise. So now we get them at their place. They saw that the zone worked in the second half. This game was on December 19th. First quarter, early in the game, they go 2-3 zone. Very early in the game. So we were ready for it. Swing. We get into our 1-4 high set. Boom. We have a hard flash across. Probably should have gone in, but it didn't. Gets reversed. He's supposed to dive down a little earlier, but we still get, look, now you see the movement of them inside and the perimeter swing. It got these two guards really extended because now they're anticipating that ball's going there. He's trying to play it. This guy's way out here. He doesn't recognize that the bottom's open. We get the ball inside nice and easy. So now once the ball goes in, most 2-3 zones, again, it's different for every coach, but most 2-3 zones, if you're playing against a traditional 2-3 zone, the forwards, the two guys on the outside, so you have the center, the forward, and the forward, they're taught whenever it goes high post to sprint down to the blocks because that's usually what a team is going to do. They're going to get the inside and they're going to look to the other big diving. So what we teach is whenever we go into the high post, our wings flatten to the corners. So you notice, look, both our wings flatten corner. Why do we do that? Well, this guy and this guy can't guard all three of them if they space the floor. And now this guy cutting takes both forwards because their job is paint. We get a wide open look out of it. Now, we actually end up missing this shot, but we don't, as coaches, we don't play results. We play decisions. So if we see a great decision, we're not worried about if you missed it or you made it. That's not part of our decision-making process or evaluating process. We talk about all these little things. So when the guys see it, that is what we talk about. You can apply it and run it to the best of your ability. So then what other things do we do? Because I think preparation is probably number 1, 2, and 3 in importance for us. As coaches, what can I use Hudl for? What do I use it to see? Well, first game at home, I think Hudl's most valuable thing for us is lineups. We want to see what lineups work, what lineups don't, what lineups cost us the game. So you look at this here, and plus minus can be deceiving. So I don't fall into the trap of plus minus too much. I like to use plus minus, but I also like to combine that with some of my other stats. So first thing you're going to look at is your assist to turnover ratio. We have 4 assists to 5 turnovers. That's really bad. 5 turnovers in 9 minutes is horrible. So I don't care that you're plus 5. We had 5 turnovers. We're lucky they're missing shots. Defensive rebounding percentage is under 60%. For us, we always want it in the 70s, which has been our big thing. We limit you to 1 shot. We don't want you taking more than 1. You get 1 chance. Make sure you make the right shot. in the under 60, 57%, not good. So we look at this lineup and say, this lineup cannot play together. This lineup cannot play together for 9 minutes, because at 9 minutes, if you do all the other stuff that's happening over here on the right side, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat. Another thing that we looked at is, let's take a look at the second time we played them. So the second time we played them, we actually did not play that lineup together at all. That lineup never saw the floor together. That same lineup of 0, 2, 11, 23, and 40. 0 and 2, 11, 23, and 40 did not play together. We actually put 24 in for 2 in that lineup. We said, okay, let's try this combination. That combination proved disastrous. It did not work out for us. We were minus 11. We had 3 turnovers, no assists. Our rebounding percentage was great, but if you can't put the ball in the hole, we score 5 points in 10 minutes. It doesn't matter how many rebounds you get. You have no chance to win the game. So didn't work out for us. So what can we do going into the final? What we actually did going into the final is we played a lineup, which we actually don't have that report. We played the lineup of 0, 11, number 5, 23, and 40. And what that lineup actually did, that lineup, before I lost that report, we were plus 16 in that lineup in 10 minutes. Huge difference. So what was the difference? What were the things that come to us? Well, number 5's biggest thing is he's a defender and he's a rebounder. So we didn't give up. I think our defensive rebounding percentage was 86 in that lineup. And we were plus 16. Our turnovers were down to 2 turnovers in 10 minutes, and we had 5 assists. All the stuff that we talk about, you can't just look at one stat. You want to look at 3 and 4 and put them together to kind of give yourself an idea of, okay, this is making more sense. Don't fall in love with one statistic, because that could lead you down the wrong path. You kind of want to put them all together to get a bigger picture. Okay, so we're talking about like defensive rebounding, right? So if you look here, look at our effort. So remember I said number 2 was one of our problems. He didn't really give us a whole lot. Look at his effort on the defensive rebound. Look where he is. So yeah, we might come up with this ball, but what is he doing to help us get this rebound? So what I would tell you to do is find things that match what you want to do. Find things that identify with what your program says. My program says defensive rebounding is important. We want to focus on defensive rebounding. What are we doing defensively to rebound? Thanks for watching my Chalk Talk video on Scout. I hope you had a great time and hope you learned something. My name is Coach Lou from Ferguson High School in Miami, Florida. Thanks again. See you soon.